Hello everyone, in this new series I'm doing the gaming equivalent of checking out a once hot ex on Facebook to see if they're still hot or if they've gone all funhouse mirror. This time I'm taking a look at Swat 4 from 2005 and asking if it's still any good. The first and most important thing is that it actually runs on Windows 10. Anyone who's tried to play games from their old collection knows this can be a feat in itself. On the downside, the settings are a bit sparse and 1600 by 1200 is the highest resolution you can play at. This is because HD had yet to become the industry standard. The controls are the usual shooter fare that we still know and love today. Without procrastinating like your dad dildo shopping on Amazon, let's get into the game. You are the leader of an elite police SWAT team. When I say you, of course I don't mean the basement-dwelling, Cheeto-stained, scat-porn-addicted perma-virgin watching this video. I mean the character you play in the game when taking breaks from fapping at Shizer movies. You start off with a briefing and list of suspects, you then choose your entry point and equipment and begin your mission. Your team is split into 3 command elements, red, blue and gold. Red and blue are 2-man teams and gold is your entire unit. The action is quite realistic in the sense that you often have to deal with traumatized civilians who sometimes don't act in their own best interests. You must challenge suspects clearly attempting to force a surrender. You can only put suspects down if they ignore repeated challenges and continue to present a threat. Everyone must be restrained and you must continuously report your progress back to control. This area of the game is so realistic that I can't help but think if the game was made today, the debriefing would be accompanied by a BLM protest. It can become quite chaotic at times and situations can change rapidly. In situations like this, maintaining fluid command and making the right decisions are vital. As well as securing civilians and suspects, you must also secure weapons as evidence. The first mission is set in your local takeaway and is quite a gentle introduction to the tactics and gameplay required. Some members of your team can have a little bit too much of an itchy trigger finger, so it's always a good idea to stay very close to the action. Even in easy missions, you've got to be smooth, fast and aggressive to succeed. If you lag behind at all or lose control of the action for an instant, you'll probably find yourself entering a room full of dead colleagues, civilians, suspects or all of the above. You have to make split-second decisions and read intentions quickly. The next mission takes place in the home of your average Twitch streamer, or as I prefer to call them, future serial killer/rapist. Of course, his mum doesn't want to give up her 30-stone lovable bundle of psychosis without a struggle. As much as you want to double tap the bitch for spawning such a nefarious oxygen thief, it's best to go with pepper spray. You've got to ambush the fucker before he can cry stream sniper or engage in surprise sex with his latest victim. With the hostages rescued and DSP in custody, you can move on to your next mission. The ante is ramped up in each mission in a way that keeps gameplay challenging. That's not to say the game doesn't have issues. The AI can be a little bit special at times. Most obviously when tossing stingers, gas or flashbangs into a room. The other issue I noticed was sometimes the AI has a habit of staying too close to walls, particularly in corridors where it can have disastrous consequences. And some characters spontaneously break into a moonwalk. The graphics are a little bit dated, but at the time they were well ahead of the curve, so in that department the game still holds up quite well. And even though at times it looks a little bit rough around the edges, there's nothing that really breaks the immersion. What really keeps this game afloat is the action. It's not a long, boring, retarded money shot like Call of Duty. You have to constantly think and quickly make decisions. It really captures the essence of being caught in rapidly evolving situations. So I suppose the best way to describe it would be a thinking person's shooter. Surprisingly for me, it's every bit as entertaining now as it was when it released back in 2005. So if you've ever wanted to bring negotiations to a successful conclusion, or you just want to be the man for a day and kick the fuck out of some hippies, Swat 4 still scratches that itch. On that note, I thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to comment if there are any old games you want me to play or you just want to tell me to go fuck myself below.